Welcome back, truth seekers. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the oldest and most mysterious myths in human history, the Great Flood. It's a story that spans cultures and centuries, but today we're focusing on the Sumerian version of the flood, and one god in particular, Enki. Now we all know about the biblical flood, Noah's Ark, and the deluge in ancient cultures like the Greeks and the Mesopotamians. But there's something extraordinary about Enki's role in the Sumerian flood myth. Was Enki really just a god trying to protect humanity, or could there be something deeper, something hidden, behind his intervention? Let's explore this ancient mystery, piece by piece. Was Enki the god who truly saved humanity, or was there more to his motives than we've been led to believe? First, let's set the stage. The Sumerians, those ancient people of Mesopotamia, believed in a pantheon of gods who controlled everything from the heavens to the earth. Among them was Enki, the god of wisdom, water, and creation. Unlike other gods who were seen as harsh and vengeful, Enki had a reputation for being benevolent, even caring for humanity. But here's where it gets interesting. The flood myth in Sumer isn't just a natural disaster, it's a divine intervention. The gods, according to Sumerian texts, decided to wipe out humanity because of its noise, corruption, and chaos. But not all the gods agreed on this, and that's where Enki comes in. Now enter Ziusudra, the hero of the Sumerian flood myth. He was a king, a priest, and most importantly, a man warned by Enki himself. According to the Eridu Genesis, a Sumerian text, Enki decides to save Ziusudra from the impending flood, which will wipe out all of humankind. Enki instructs Ziusudra to build a massive boat like the ark we all know from the Bible, but unlike Noah, who acts on God's command, Ziusudra receives his warning from Enki, a god who secretly defies the will of the other gods. Now this raises an important question. Why would Enki go against the will of the rest of the pantheon? Why didn't he want humanity to be destroyed? You see, Enki was different from other gods in the Sumerian pantheon, where gods like Enlil, his brother, and Anu, his father, saw humanity as a nuisance. Enki cared about humanity's survival. In many ways, he was humanity's protector. But here's where it gets even stranger. Some scholars and conspiracy theorists suggest that Enki's interest in humanity wasn't purely out of compassion. It could have been about preserving knowledge. Enki was the god of wisdom, water, and creation. He held the me, the divine decrees that govern civilization, everything from farming to art to law. Some even argue that Enki was trying to preserve a more advanced knowledge that the gods didn't want humanity to have access to. Could it be that Enki wasn't just saving humanity for the sake of mercy, but for some deeper long-term plan? Or could Enki have been working in the best interest of a hidden agenda, a knowledge he wanted to keep alive? Now let's step into the more speculative territory. For centuries, there have been whispers about the Sumerian gods, especially the Anunnaki. Some conspiracy theorists argue that the Anunnaki were not gods at all, but extraterrestrial beings who came to Earth long ago and interacted with humanity, shaping our civilization and possibly even our very DNA. Could it be that Enki, as part of this extraterrestrial group, was trying to protect humanity from a cataclysm that would erase all traces of their advanced knowledge? Maybe Enki wasn't just saving humanity from destruction. Maybe he was trying to preserve an ancient connection, one that could lead to a greater understanding of the universe or even human evolution itself. What if Enki knew that wiping out humanity would mean erasing humanity's connection to the gods, or to something beyond Earth entirely? Here's where it gets even wilder. Enki wasn't just a god of water, he was the keeper of secret knowledge. Some suggest that the Sumerians weren't just seeing Enki as a benevolent god, they were seeing a being who had access to knowledge far beyond their comprehension. Could Enki have been hiding something about humanity's origins, something hidden in the very flood myth? In other words, Enki could have been saving humanity not because of compassion, but because humanity possessed knowledge that the gods, or extraterrestrials, wanted to keep in the hands of the few. Could the flood have been an attempt to erase that knowledge? And was Enki's intervention simply a way to ensure humanity's survival for a greater purpose? Let's look at the parallels with the Anunnaki theory. According to ancient astronaut theorists, the Anunnaki were said to have come to Earth to mine resources, particularly gold. Was Enki, as part of the Anunnaki, really trying to preserve a human race that could help the gods achieve their own mysterious goals? Interestingly, the Great Flood story isn't just a Sumerian myth. Almost every ancient civilization has its own version of a Great Flood. From Noah's Ark in the Bible, to the flood myths of the Greeks, the Hindus, and even Native American tribes, the story of a great deluge that wipes out humanity is widespread. What's even more intriguing is how similar these stories are, almost as if these ancient cultures shared a common origin story. Could it be that the flood wasn't a natural event at all? Some theorists believe that the flood was caused by an extraterrestrial intervention, a way of erasing humanity's history, knowledge, or even genetic experiments that had gone awry. But what about Enki? Was he the god who defied the flood not just to save humanity but to preserve something far more important? So, was Enki the true savior of humanity? Or was there a more hidden, deeper agenda at play? Was Enki's intervention in the flood myth an act of mercy, or a calculated move to protect an ancient and hidden knowledge that the gods, or extraterrestrials, wanted to preserve for the future? Whatever the case, one thing's clear: the myth of Enki and the Great Flood is far more complex than it seems on the surface. Whether you're a skeptic, a mythologist, or someone who believes there's more to these ancient stories than meets the eye, Enki's role raises questions about the nature of our past, and the forces that might have shaped humanity. What do you think? Was Enki protecting humanity, or was he hiding something? Could his intervention in the flood story point to a hidden truth about our origins? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into ancient history and the mysteries of the gods, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more intriguing explorations. Until next time, keep questioning everything, and stay curious.